this video, geometry students, we will be studying situations in which we combine more than one transformation, okay? So we're going to be studying situations in which we combine more than one transformation. Maybe we put a translation with a rotation or a rotation with a reflection, but we combine more than one transformation. Your heading today is called Glide Reflections and Compositions, lesson 7.5, and be sure and include today's date, okay? Glide Reflections and Compositions, lesson 7.5, and be sure and include today's date. Alright, let's continue on now. Let's quickly look at two definitions that you will be responsible for. Okay, here we go. Definition number one, glide reflection. Please understand what this means. A glide reflection is a transformation that consists of two things. Did you get that? Two things. It consists of a translation. That means you take an object and you move it left, right, up, or down. And then after you do that, you reflect it in a line that is parallel to the translation vector. Now, to me, that's a really hard definition to understand. So let me show you what I mean, okay? Here's a triangle. Now you can take notes on this or just watch. It's up to you, okay? I would encourage you to take notes. First of all, a glide reflection is when you have a translation. So I'm going to take this object right here. Let me copy it. I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to move it over and then down, okay? That's a translation, alright? Now, you say, well, Mr. Earhart, where's the translation vector? Well, it's right here, guys. This point, move to here. This point, move to here. And this point, move to here. I hope you guys can see that okay, alright? So, after we have translated the figure, or in other words, moved it, so this is my pre-image, and this is my image here, okay? After I've taken my pre-image and I've translated it, then I reflect it around a line that is parallel to the translation vector. Remember, the translation vector is a line parallel to the translation vector is this line right here. Okay, so let's name a line parallel to that line. Well, a line parallel to that line would be right here. This is parallel. Kinda, not really, but you get the idea. Okay, so we take this item here, we moved it to the right, then we moved it down. That's called a translation. Next, we take this figure here and we reflect it across this line here. Now this line here could be anywhere as long as it's parallel to the translation vector. So I have it here. So if we were to rotate, reflect this in this line here, this point is so far from here, so it's here. This point is about that distance, so it would be over here somewhere. And then this point is that far away. I'm really running out of room here, so it's hard to do this. But this point is that distance away, so I go that same distance and put a point there. This point right here is that far away, so I go the same distance and put that point right there. And then this point here, this point here is this distance away, so I go the same distance approximately and put that point about right there. Okay, right there. And so there's my triangle right here. So do you see what I did? I translated it and then reflected it in this line here, okay? And that is, students, that is what a glide reflection is. A glide reflection is when a figure is translated and then reflected. composition when two or more transformations are combined. When two or more transformations are combined. So you might have a translation and then a reflection. That would be a composition. You might take a figure and do a rotation and then do a translation to it. That would be a composition because you had two or more transformations. You might take a figure and do a rotation and then a reflection and then a translation. That would be a composition because if you have two or more transformations, then it's called a composition, okay? In fact, if you think about it, guys, look at this. With that last definition in mind, that means that a glide reflection is a type of what? Composition, because a composition is when you have two or more transformations. Now look at a glide reflection. Do you not have two transformations? Sure you do. What's the first one? A translation. What's the second one? A reflection. So a glide reflection is a type of composition. Okay? Alright, now moving on. Let's take a look at an example of a glide reflection, okay? Now you do not have to copy this down, but what you can do is make note in your notes that you can find this on page 351. Now you're probably saying, Mr. Earhart, you already gave us an example a couple minutes ago. I did, but their drawings here are a lot better than mine, okay? So here's an example of a glide reflection, okay? We have our pre-image right here. We took our pre-image and we moved it to the right. That is called a translation. Then notice my my translation vector would be this line right here. That's one of them. Another one would be this one right here. This point here went to this point here. But either way, what they've done is they reflect this triangle. They moved the blue triangle from here to here. Then they took the green triangle and they reflected it in the x-axis. So they flipped it around the x-axis so it landed here. Well, that's called a reflection. A reflection in the x-axis, okay? So this is an example of a glide reflection. Now, I'm not always going to do this. But because we are dealing with drawings, it is easier to work through the first problems together in the guided practice section than to make up my own examples. So let's do again like we did the other day. Go ahead and turn your books, please, to page 354. Alright, and let's work on the first 8 problems together. Page 354. And let's look at the first 8 problems together. Now, like I have said before, you are more than welcome to work ahead, but make sure that you are getting the problems right. If you miss them, find your mistake, okay? And here we go. Go ahead and turn your books to this page and let's get started. Now, I'm not sure how you can really take notes on this, and maybe you won't, but you can still work on these problems somewhere in your notes or on a separate sheet of paper. I would definitely prefer that you take notes on these in your notebook, okay? Alright, here we go. Question number 1. Which segment is a translation of AB? Okay? Well, here's AB right here, okay? Now, please listen to me carefully, students. This cannot be a translation because it's turned. Notice it's turned. The blue line is running this way, and this red line up here is running this way. Remember, a translation will never turn the object, okay? It will simply move it left to right. So this right here, A prime, B prime. Now I know it's really hard to see this because it's so small on the screen there, but you can look in your book and see this is A prime, B prime. We simply took the blue line and moved it up to here, and this is a translation. So the translation of line AB is A prime, B prime. Okay? Now, which segment is a reflection of A prime, B prime? Okay? Right here. Now it's really easy to see, guys. Here it is. Well, is it not? This segment right here. Look. Draw a line right here between them. If you were to fold this piece of paper right here in this line, the green line would flip over. It would flip over, and it would fall right on top of the red line. You can see that, okay? So the segment that is a reflection of A prime B prime would be A B double primed, or A double prime B double primed. Okay, right there. Alright, let's continue on. Number 3, name the line of reflection. Okay, now look. So they're saying to us, okay, fine, here's AB, and here's the reflection over here. Name the line of reflection. Well, here's the line of reflection right here, is it not? That's the line that you flipped it over. That's called your line of reflection. What do we call that line? Well, it's a vertical line going through the x-axis at 0. So we call this line x equals 0, or you're more than welcome to call it the what? The y-axis. Either one of those two answers would be acceptable. They said y-axis, okay, which is totally fine. Okay, number 4, name the vector of translation. Now look, they're saying, okay, so you took this here and you translated it up here. What's the vector of translation? Well, we took this point. Did we go to the left? Or to the left? No. To the right? No. Did we go down? No. We went up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count again. Put your pencil here. And it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So the vector of translation would be 0, because you did not go to the left and the right at all, and you went up 4. So 0, 4 would be the vector, the translation vector, or the vector of translation. Okay. Now 5 through 8 are pretty difficult, so please take some good notes. Okay, now listen carefully, please, students. Look. They want us to look at the figures. It's a composition. So 2 transformations have taken place. Now remember, blue is always your starting image. Pink is always your ending. So green is in the middle here. So I started here with blue, and I went to green. Now students, there's no way this is a translation, because this triangle here is flipped compared to this triangle here. There's no way that's a reflection. There's no way we reflected this triangle. If you were to put an imaginary line right here and fold the paper in half, this triangle here would not fall in the green triangle. So if it's not a translation and it's not a reflection, it's a rotation. So what we did is we rotated this point here all the way around to, I guess, this point here. So we start off with a rotation. So let's see which one of these start off with a rotation. Okay, 5 does, and 8 does. So we know the answer to A is going to be 5 or 8. So here's what we did. We rotated here to here. Now what did we do from green triangle to red triangle? Well, it looks like to me we didn't twist it, we didn't turn it, we just simply moved it. We moved it from here to here. We call that a translation. So we know 5's not right. We didn't rotate it and then reflect it. We know that we rotated it and then we translated it parallel to P. So we took this blue triangle, we rotated it around point O, and then we took this triangle and we translated it to here. So number 5 would be, or excuse me, letter A would go with number 8 right here. Okay, alright, let's move on now to letter B. Okay, we start here with our pre-image. We go to green, then to red. Now look guys, you should be able to see this. If we were to take this sheet of paper and fold it right on this black line, this image here would definitely fall right on this image here. It would. So we know we're starting off with a what? A reflection. Okay? We've already used number 8, so we're done with number 8. So which one of these starts off with a reflection? Not this one, not this one. This one does. So this should be our answer, but let's check and make sure, okay? So we have a point. We have our pre-image here. It's reflected to here. And then rotate about, oh, that looks right. We've taken this item here and we've rotated it. We've rotated it around P. Okay, so we took it and we rotated it about O, and so letter B would go with number 6. Letter B would go with number 6. Alright, let's move on to C. Okay, here's our pre-image. obviously, if we go from blue to green, that's a translation, obviously. We just slid it from here to here, okay? So, we're done with this, we're done with this. So which one of these two starts off with a translation? Not 5, but 7. So more than likely our answer is going to be 7. So I have a translation, okay? And then look, there's no way after you translated it that you reflected this green shape to get the red shape. It's impossible. I mean, what line could you draw that would allow you to flip this over and land perfectly on the other item? So I know it's not a reflection. It's going to be a rotation around P. Okay? So you took the blue object here and you slid it up to here. Then you took this and you rotated it around O to here. Okay? Into here. So on and so forth. So it's a rotation. So we had a translation and then a rotation. So letter C goes here. And then lastly, we have a rotation about O first. So here's blue, and I rotated it from here to my green. Now there's no way it was a translation. It's impossible because the triangle's twisted. There's no way it's a reflection because there's nowhere you can draw a line. So that if you folded the paper on that line, this triangle here would fall on this triangle over here. So we know it's not a reflection. So it's a rotation. Blue was rotated onto green. Now, from green to red, that's obviously a reflection. If you folded the paper right here, this triangle here would flip over and fall directly on the red triangle. So we have a rotation and then a reflection. Alright, so that's going to be letter D. I'm not saying these are easy. I'm just saying let's work on these together and hopefully help you with this, okay? Alright, I hope this video has been a help to you. Call or email if you have any questions.